What's going on, YouTube? I'm Donald Crockett. This is October 4th, Saturday, 2025. And what's going on? I just want to talk about a little bit about time is flying, bro. And it's flying fast, bro. Within the last year or two, I've been working, working. Every job, every chance I get, save up paycheck, saving up money, trying to make ends meet, trying to pay the rent. Um, I just worked a job for 90 fucking days, bro. Down to 3 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. I kind of just walked out. It was a factory job or whatever. And the topic where I want to get at is going in 2026, since we're around the corner, going into 2026, working a 9 to 5 job, bro. And if anybody's ever worked a 9 to 5 job, whether it was warehousing, fast food, retail, you know how shit can get, bro. Sometimes you might be the oldest one out of half the people in your staff group, and the drama, the BS, the stress. For me, it was kind of that, but it was one of those situations where I felt like, all right, this is not my calling. I don't belong here. I don't need to be here. But I put in my 90 days, though. I put in the work, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, just keep coming every day. Keep coming every day. Put in your application. They'll hire you. They'll hire you. And mind you, that's what I was working on. But it was just a simple fact, like, I, and I don't know how to explain it. That's what I was working on, getting hired onto the job and everything. But it was always my supervisor nitpicking and just, talking down on me, and it's just typical 9 to 5 bullshit, it it has its peaks, struggles, ups and downs and stuff. You meet people, you meet friends, you might meet a loved one, you just everything, and that's the best thing about kind of the best thing about working a 9 to 5. But other than that, we're all still struggling going into 2026, trying to hold down a 9 to 5, bro. That shit is scary, bro. Man, you gotta getting caught up on rent, trying to get caught up on rent, electricity, internet, car notes, bills. If you got a loved one, if you got a kid, if you got a family, everything, bro. And it doesn't help when they have these people in these higher places working in these 9 to 5s to hire you on or look at your application. Some of them might let you go and say, no, we don't want to hire that person. Some of them might hire you on. But the thing is, are you still wanting to deal with the bullshit that comes with working a 9 to 5, bro? Going into 2026, bro. That's why I'm all for people independency, job independency, starting your own business and stuff like that. Like, I'm not perfect. That's what I'm working on. I'm just spitballing and stuff. But it's nigga, this shit is not easy, bro. Like, the drama and shit. Like, my girl just kind of like quit her job yesterday because they didn't tell her that they changed the schedule. They didn't text her. They didn't call her. They didn't do nothing. And so she's door dashing, and she finally pulls up to her job, and they looked at her like, oh yeah, she's here. She's finally here. Da 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 da. And supervisor go, well, you're supposed to work tonight. She's like, well, you never told me that. You never gave me a heads up. And that's another thing. It's always lack of communication. And when there is communication at these jobs, all they do is want to belittle you or talk shit to you or just try to write you up for things you have nothing that's not in your control, your hands or whatever. And that was like me, I worked a lot of odd jobs. And I did small odd jobs here and there, whether it was fixing things, building things, maintenance, whether it was working in a nursing home or whether it was going with my girlfriend's family members out to a town somewhere, helping out a family member, you know, taking appliances apart, putting appliances together, carrying washing machines, dishwashing machines, stove, everything you can think of. I was working odd jobs when I wasn't working a 9 to 5 job, bro. Just because I wanted the experience. I would get paid sometimes, but not all the time. But I just wanted the experience, you know, outside of working a 9 to 5 job, you know. Um, but thank God, God gave me a gift. Now it's about having that drive to do this shit, doing all this shit, bro. God can give you the gift, but you have the drive for it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. But but it's it's really it's hard out here, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard out here, bro. Our car broke down before 4th of July. Before 4th of July, we were supposed to go to Chicago visit my family members. They said we needed a new transmission. That was a couple of $1,000s. Trying to get caught up on rent, a couple of $1,000s right there. We've been stuck here in town for like 4 months. We haven't gone nowhere, which is hopefully that changes and everything. And you know, and kind of it's my fault a little bit because I wish I hadn't quit that job so I could get hired onto the job. But it's like, how much of mental abuse can you take? You're showing up to work 6 o'clock every day, clocking in, making someone else rich every single day, bro. You're literally clocking in into someone else's facility, making them rich, producing their products, being sent out to the world. And it's always working for a multi-billionaire or a multi-millionaire company, bro. You know, it's been times where I've been sick. I couldn't get out the bed. I was having heart problems and stuff like that. It's been times it was that our car broke down. I had to walk to work for a month, bro, for 30 days, 31 days straight in boots. I'm walking a mile back and forth every day to work in boots, bro. And I end up getting sick. And they called me like, well, we got to mark that as a tardy or absence and stuff. Wait a minute, but you said to call you guys ahead of time to let you guys know, so it's not a no call, no show, or no show, no call, no show, whatever. And it's just, they expect you to sacrifice yourself working these odd 9 to 5 jobs, bro. And the fact that it's almost 2026, bro, and I'm about to be 29 here in April. And that's shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm about to be 29 in April, bro. I just did 3 months. 3 months ago, I just did like 90 days or whatever working this factory job. This shit is flying by fast, and I still feel like I haven't accomplished anything. And that's depressing sometimes. And it's depressing sometimes because, you know, society says, oh, be a man, get a job, you know, look for a trade, do this, and that. And I'm not trying to throw the whole race in there, but sometimes you get those here and there, subtle and shit like that, you know, you know. It kind of really wasn't like that, but it was just like, you know, bro. But it's still the fact that just every day busting my ass, bro. My girl busting her ass. Shitty supervisors, bro. Shitty supervisors. Shitty people. You might get a few people that you're cool with and you just calm, collect, you talk to. Yeah, some of these jobs are nice paying hourly jobs, but at what cost, bro? I spent almost 2, 3 years trying to get my shit together and not visiting family, bad relationships, drinking, alcohol, I had a bad alcohol problem, I ain't gonna lie to you. And bad relationships, distance myself from family, just going to work kind of depressed for the last 2, 3 years and stuff. And I had to work on getting myself out of that situation. When a man's at his lowest like that, bro, it is detrimental. It could be detrimental to the community, bro. The man, if there's like a 1 man to 2 men to 3 men, it's a bad effect, bro. Because then there's nobody out here producing work in society. There's nobody out here creating things, building things, making the world turn and go around every day. Man, I can't. There's so much I want to say, bro, but it's just bad relationships with girls, working nonstop, 7 days a week for 2 years straight. I didn't really start getting any days off till 2023, I think. No, 2024. It was 2022 and 2023 when I was working doubles and 7 days a week, every single day, bro. And I shit you not, bro. And this is off of $15 an hour, bro. Now, if you're working an actual scheduled job with people there, they're not going to give you overtime. Trust me, they're not. Most jobs aren't going to give you overtime and all that stuff like that, bro. I was working a job paying $15 an hour as a cook. Only reason why I got a car in my own apartment off of $15 an hour is because I worked 7 days a week, overtimes and doubles, bro. That's the only reason. We all know if you put in doubles and overtime, bro, that bread is coming in nice, bro. It's coming in good. You're making at least 1,000 or two there, bro. But like I said, what is it worth it, bro? Is it worth it, bro? You're putting in all these hours of work and thinking in your head like, well, I'm gonna keep working as much as I can so I can get this, so I can achieve this, so I can do. But sometimes it's dangerous because you can get to the point where you're just stuck there. When you're just stuck there, bro, and then you feel obligated. It's not bad, but it's also not good at the same time, bro. Like I said, we're going into 2026. The world is going into 2026, and people are getting laid off left and right. People are quitting jobs. People are traveling just to find jobs. You know, people are just wanting to be in a safe zone, a safe, comfortable environment in the community, and that's anywhere you go. That's what people are looking for. People don't have time for that bullshit, that weird shit. People just want to go to work, come home, spend time with family, or chase a career, or whatever it may be. And there's nothing wrong with that, and you shouldn't be demonized for that. Because I'll tell you what, 3 months working at the factory job for 90 days or whatever. Only thing I can tell you right now, the only thing that was on my mind was getting in that cage, bro. Get back into MMA and shit, and that's what I'm still fighting for, bro. Right now, I'm still stuck in Illinois. Me and my girl's probably gonna move back to Missouri. I'm gonna get back into the gym and stuff. Hopefully, I can get a couple of cage fights and more amateur fights. The last fight I had was 2018 where I knocked a guy out in 6 seconds, the first round. It went viral, but at the same time, it's like working a job. You don't want to do something. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Da, 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 da. Or that money coming, the 9 to 5 money coming in, you make it a couple of thousand. Now you just, I'm kind of comfortable. I'm stuck here. It's the same thing with that. I was on a high roller coaster, bro, when I won that fight. Oh my God, and not knowing there's still more competition out there. There's still more fights out there you gotta get into. Easy ones, the hard ones, experienced ones. There's still each weight class you wanna try to fight in. You want recognition, and that's another thing too with fighting and working a job. Working a job and you're trying to chase a career, not the next man's career. You're trying to chase your career. For me as a fighter, I got that dog in me, bro. I'm trying to, okay, let me go to work every day, save some money up. I gotta buy some boxing gloves. I gotta buy some MMA gloves. I gotta buy shin guards. I gotta buy rash guards. I gotta buy training clothes. I gotta do all that stuff. I just bought a pull-up bar and everything. There's a lot of investment in this shit. That's the only reason why I was working a 9 to 5 job, bro. If you're working a job just to work a job, support family, that's fine, bro. But if you're working a job to support a career, that's not bad either. But if you're just working a job because you, oh, man, that's all I got, man. I'm just trying to, don't do that, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's depressing, bro. You don't want to just show up at a job every single day and not have a plan for yourself in the next 10 years, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. You're going to be dealing with shitty people all your life, dude. I'm telling you right now, bro. And you're going to be dealing with, and that's another thing, dealing with shortening my checks and stuff. The job I was working at, I was working through an agency. They were shortening my checks and stuff, and I was supposed to 5 days a week from 6 o'clock in the morning to, mind you, I would wake up at 5 o'clock, get ready, get my coffee, get my food and stuff. 6 o'clock to, was it 6 to 3, $15 an hour. I wasn't even getting what I was supposed to be getting paid, bro. They kept shortening my checks. I was only making $200-300, bro. $400 if I was lucky. That's the thing, bro. That's another thing. Now it's like working for these jobs is like working for the streets, bro. You working in these streets, bro. You gonna get lowballed. You gonna get blackballed. No, bro. No, bro. It's not worth it, bro. Unless you find something that's convenient for you and work around with people that you can trust and have conversations with, even if it's through an agency or not. You shouldn't have to worry, oh, am I gonna make a decent check by the end of this Friday or every other Friday? That you shouldn't have to go through all that shit, bro. You shouldn't, period. That's why I'm big on finding your niche, finding your career, finding what you love to do, bro. Find something you love to do, bro, and make money off of it, bro. Now, I'm not saying money is not the root of all evil, bro. Let me get that out there. There's a conspiracy out there. Do rich people burn money and they put it on the internet sometimes? Yes, we see that. Are niggas out here killing each other for money? Is it stupid? Yes, it is. But you can also see what good money can do for you. Don't let the money make you. You make the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Find what you love to do, whether it's gaming, whether it's sports, whether it's journalism, whether it's YouTube, whether it's social media, whether it's opening up a business. No matter anything, it could be anything, bro. But for me, it's fighting, and that's why I hate to say it. I don't want to get to the point where I can adapt to every job I go to and just traveling and quitting and all that stuff, because I've worked on college campuses, bro. I've worked in nursing homes. I've worked in warehouses. I've worked at retail jobs before. Um, I have experience in everything. And outside of that, I've worked on maintenance. I've built houses, trailers. I've helped my grandparents do their little land. I've helped them with the land and stuff, grow food. Dude, I'm a jack of all trades, bro. That's why I say it's a blessing. It's a gift when God gives man that, but you have to have that drive. If you don't got that drive and he gives you a gift, somebody will kill you for it, bro, or take you out for it, or will use you. It's this thing I was told growing up. If you don't know what you want to do what you want to do in life, somebody will tell you. Well, like, nah, that's not what I'm. If you can't figure out what you want to do in life, somebody will figure out for you. That's bad, bro. That is bad, bro. I mean, imagine that you got all this talent, all this gift. You got all this stuff going on for yourself. And to throw it all away just to have the next person tell you what to do, tell you how to use it. It's like you signed an invisible 360 contract, bro. No. Hell no, bro. Don't know. Use what you love to do. Use what you're good at. Use the gift God gave you. There's nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5 job, bro, but this shit's getting real out here, bro. It's not easy. It's kind of depressing, And then, like, when I quit my job, I walked out, I felt so good. I felt so much relief. But at the same time, I felt like, well, I got to figure out how to make this next income and keep up with rent because we're already a little bit behind, like 1,000. We gotta get a new transmission for the car. Dude, it's so much shit, bro. And my only plan was, okay, me and my girl's plan was just to stay here in town for a little bit, work some jobs, stack up some bread, dip out. That was the plan. But she was put in a situation where she felt uncomfortable with the boss and this and that, and I was put in a situation where I was uncomfortable with my boss, and and then with me, it was I show up to work one day, and I'm walking down my little bound or whatever where I dip parts in the machine, and I said, yes, I got all this work I can do. I could keep me busy all day. I got 15, 20 carts full of parts and stuff, dipping metal parts and stuff. And I'm excited. I'm like, yes, to keep myself busy. I got my little coffee, man. I'm happy. I'm like, finally some work. If anybody knows, working in certain places, sometimes it might take a minute for a product to start up or a machine to start up. Then, it's like a domino effect. So I got all these parts and stuff, and I'm going by my boss's table, where there's a flat screen where all the guys we stand at, and some of the females there, we stand at and look at what parts is coming in, where to send them to, everything. He goes, well, you can spray, but I know there's a lot of parts. I'm like, no, it's all right. I can just do it. Keep me busy. It'll keep me busy all day till I go home. Just don't worry about it. I got it. I know. And then I know where all these parts go because it's on the screen. I got the paperwork. All you have to do is just send over more new parts. I already got 15 different carts. The first one I walk in there, I can knock those out easily, bro. So he kept saying, just spray him, it's all right, just spray him. I'm like, I'll spray him and dip him. In my head, I'm just going to spray him and dip the parts. I don't care, bro. I'm going to keep these parts over there so I keep myself busy so I can show these supervisors and the higher ups, like, hey, I'm actually working. I'm being productive. I'm trying to be an asset to the company. So I get over to my area and I'm spraying the parts, and I'm just finally I started on one of the carts and stuff. And he proceeds to walk over there, bro. Takes the forklift machine, takes all my parts away, bro. Just takes all my parts away, and he just sends them to different outbounds and areas and stuff. And I'm just like, bro, what was the point of that? And then when he takes all the parts away, the girl kind of looks at him funny, like, why would you do that, type stuff. He takes all my parts away, and then he looks at me, oh, you're pretty fast, and he just smiles right in my face and stuff like that. And then another 30 minutes, he comes back over. He says, well, you don't want to just be standing around because you don't want them to send you home. And I'm like, you know what, dude? You've been saying this to me and talking about you didn't want to hire me, you didn't need me. I'm just going to walk out, bro. And I can't tell you how many times within the last 2 to 3 years, how many young people my age have walked out of a job because of that, bro. Or it's just too much bullshit. I can't tell you how many supervisors have quit that job and got a new job where I was working at, bro. I can't tell you how much stress I was going through every day going to that job and trying to put on a smile on my face, walking back and forth to work every day, and this for an hour, bro. Wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning just to get there, clocking around 5 or 6, 7 in the morning, bro. Every day I'm talking to people. Every day I'm having a smile, putting a smile on my face. And there was at one point when I first kind of got hired on, a dude was trying to like sell me some weed and right in front of the boss or something like that. And I was like, yeah, no, bro, I don't know what you're on, bro. And just as he called me over, bro, at the same time, he kind of seen it, but I don't think he did see it. I think he heard about it. He was hearing it through it on the other side. He calls me over, was like, hey, you don't smoke, do you? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I smoke weed, I smoke cigarettes. I'm like, but I said no. And he goes, okay, I'm just asking because we had to fire a guy for smoking a vape in the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, bro, I barely smoke vapes, bro. I don't smoke vapes. I'll smoke weed and I'll smoke a cigarette here and there, but I really don't smoke cigarettes now. I cut back. I'll smoke some of God's green earth, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll smoke some of the plants and shit. the herbs and shit, green and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I really don't, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't really smoke vapes and I don't really smoke cigarettes like that. Not that I'm knocking anybody, but why would you tell me that? And why would you tell me that? And that's common sense, bro. It's common, not so common no more. Are you just letting people slide with the bullshit? You know what I'm saying? And so he proceeds to tell me that my boss did, and then it's just a mixture of all that shit. From you taking my work away, telling me I'm standing around. From before that, from the guy trying to give me weed right in front of you guys, just so he can snitch and stuff. And I don't know if he was gonna snitch or not. I really don't know. And then when you move out of I'm from Chicago too. I forgot to throw that in there. And when you move out of Chicago, you move to different states, or if you move somewhere in Illinois, you're gonna see somebody from Chicago. I seen a guy from Chicago, you know, the guy that was trying to sell me weed. He's like, oh, my buddy, he's from Chicago. I know you're from Chicago. Kept asking me about gangs. Kept asking, just typical nigga shit. Just kept asking me about shit. He was a white guy. Kept asking me shit. Oh, my homie Chris, he's from Chicago. He's da-da-da-da. He da-da-da. I'm like, oh, yeah, for real? I'm like, oh, yeah, nice. Cool. And I'm like, who is Chris, though, from Chicago? And I finally see Chris, and he act like he didn't like me, bro. It's like, bro, we two brothers here, bro. There's more brothers in there, but you got them select few that move out of the neighborhood, the hood, or the city. They gotta fit in with other people, and I'm not like that. I'm not really a yes man, bro. I'm no, bro. I'm not. I'm not. I ain't no traitor. I ain't none of that. And I'm not against anybody. I don't discriminate. I might sometimes. But I ain't gonna lie to you. You coming at me wrong, but like I said, it just it's irritating. These 9 to 5s are irritating. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have somebody that's gonna offer you some shit. Don't do it. You're gonna have a supervisor that's gonna talk shit about you. Don't say you should just turn the other cheek, bro. Make that paper, bro. Go back. Go once you clock out. Get in your car, bro. Motherfucker, look for another job. Um, uh, it's gonna be a female there. Damn, she kind of fine. Nah, yeah. It's gonna be a dude there that you might find that. Yeah, you might. No, do. No, bro, don't get. I'm telling you, bro. Because if that's only if you're the type of person that has a goal in mind and a plan and stuff. You ain't just there to fuck around and do bullshit all day and shit like that. That's different, but that's different. But we're still struggling going into 2026, begging for a 9 to 5 job, bro. Not just black people, but everybody, bro. White, Hispanic, Asian. You'll be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised how many people out there, bro. I can remember like it was yesterday. Me and my girl standing in the food line trying to get boxes and stuff because we just got this apartment 3 or 4 months ago, I think. Um, you know, and these places are really loyal people too. That's the crazy part, man. Some of these places you can go and find your household items, decorations, food and stuff like that, and that's really cool, bro. And that's really awesome, bro. These places out here that are helping people or trying to help people trying to get by and stuff. Growing up, I thought if you worked a job, bro, you're kind of like rich. You know, and it's not the case, bro. It's not the case, especially when you're graduating high school and you're idolizing these celebrities and you're just working a mediocre job and you're thinking, oh, I'm getting money now. I'm like, oh, you're really not, bro. You are the only person yourself, I, as a person, you are the only person that's supposed to be idolizing thyself, bro. For real. Um, it's hard, bro. Like, we're still we're going into 2026 still hoping things get better, hoping these jobs turn around, hoping to find the next job, hoping that our next meal is going to be good enough to keep us satisfied for the night, bro. and don't let you have kids and pets and shit. That's a whole nother ball game, bro. It's just I command everybody. I respect that. That's a whole different ball game, bro. 'Cause I got like 3 or 4 pets, bro. This shit is hard, bro. But it's not all bad, you know. But it's not easy either, you know. Yeah, we're just going in 2026 struggling, bro. It's hard out here, bro. It's really, really hard out here. It's so hard out here. I'll tell you what. Where I live at, Tacoma, Illinois, I really don't give a fuck about the place. I'm from Chicago, but I'm moving back to Missouri. It's so hard out here when they stop dealing drugs out here in these streets. These fucking fiends out here, bro, they're like zombies, bro. And when I first got here, all I heard was drought. There's a drought. When there's a drought, people go crazy. These motherfuckers really go batshit crazy. That's why I love just smoking weed or whatever. That's it. Even if it's weed or that's it. Drinking, I kind of cut back on drinking. I really don't drink like that. Shit's not good for you. And I can make another video about drinking and shit like that, my situation with that. But that's because I'm half Hispanic. But it's clearly, I don't look at me. I got 4C here, bro. All nigga, bro. But yeah, my dad's Puerto Rican. God rest his soul. But these motherfuckers out here be fiending, bro. Don't want to work a job. Out here fiending for drugs. And I ain't knocking nobody's hobbies and what they want to do and what they don't want to do. I ain't knocking that. But a lot of these motherfuckers got kids. Don't give a fuck, bro. On some weird shit. So I mean, my girl's leaving. You know. But if I've seen worse, I've lived in worse. Trust me, bro. This ain't nothing, bro. It's really not nothing, bro. It's a matter of you, or in me, really staying out the way, staying out of danger. You know, because I almost got locked up like 90 days ago. Some weird dude was trying to grope my girl, and I almost beat the skin off of him. And her cousin tried to lock me up, and her boyfriend, which is I found out her boyfriend is the one that beat the mess out of him first before I even knew what happened. Left bruises all over him, and you know, but that's another conversation for a different video and stuff like that. But you see what I'm saying? You know, you don't want to get out of work, come out of work, hearing this shit that your loved one and no, bro, no, why? You know, no, bro. As if working and living, being a nigga is already hard enough. You mean to tell me I gotta go out here and be Superman again? No. You know, that's why I'm kind of not. I'm kind of not mad on working 9 to 5 because it can get you in a better situation, put you in a better situation. But at the same time, if the job is just bullshit, not paying you shit or cutting your checks, bro, find something else, man. Find something better, bro, and build a base for yourself. Build a career. Build a business. Start a media. Start something, bro. Start something, bro, and just get out the way and just be humbled or something, you know. But yeah, that's my take on everything right now. But I'm gonna drop more videos. This is just you know, going into 2026, struggling. It's not too bad, but yeah, you know, just going into 2026 is, you know, it's you know, it's October 4th. It's a Saturday. It's October, but we're in 2025. That's October, November, December, January. You know, yeah, bro. It's around the corner. You know, it's around the corner. You know, what changes are you willing to make? You know, what changes do you want? You know, fuck the whole New Year's resolution or whatever. You know, what changes do you want before and after? What do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing in life? What do you see yourself owning? How do you see yourself making money? What income? You know, what do you want to do? You know, what do you want to be in life? Something, you know. But yeah, this is Donald Crockett. Love you guys. I'm gonna make more videos. Yeah.